What will a Biden presidency bring for Armenia and Artsakh and for truth and justice around the world? All right. At the end of this video, I'm going to talk about a little bit more about where I get my news sources, who I rely on, what voices I listen to. I want to be upfront and open, full disclosure. I read a lot of sources, and you see when I do these videos where you can see where I read, I show you the sources, etc. But my political videos, when I talk about American politics, they're not as popular with a reason, I get that. But at the end of this, I'm going to talk about 3 sources, not that I read, but that I listen to, investigative journalists, etc. So that's at the end. But I am going to talk about what's in store if Joe Biden assumes the presidency. And this picture here is a foreboding picture for many of you. But before I read or talk about a couple of things about a potential incoming Biden presidency and what it means for Armenia, share this video, subscribe, click the like button, comment, and click the notification bell. Those are all things that you can do. Right. This is not just empty words. I had a commenter in one of the videos saying, and I don't think it was an Armenian person. I assumed, I was thinking maybe this was an Armenian person. I don't remember the name, but maybe it was a Azeri or a Turk or somebody who's clearly somebody who's opposed to me. They're like, just words, empty words. If you really care, why don't you act? I'm like, it's like they really don't know what's going on. They don't know what I'm doing and the things that I've done. And I responded in a text or in a comment kind of at length about what I have been doing. But it's up to you also to pass this along. That is action. Clicking send, clicking subscribe, clicking like, those are good, and clicking send and sharing. So share this. All right, enough of that. How many of you know this guy? This is Rudy Giuliani, former mayor of New York City, who's known as the enemy of crime families. Right? He reduced the crime in New York City when he was mayor dramatically, and now it's gone back up because, well, I won't go into that. But this is all. He's also a huge Trump supporter. Like, he's President Trump's personal attorney. And he's been investigating the corruption of the Biden crime family, is how he refers to it. The potential incoming president, Joe Biden, is compromised by business dealings with China through his son, etc. And in this video that he put out recently, this is put out on December 16th, he's reading from documents that he's procured from Hunter Biden's laptop that proves or is very strong evidence for this compromise. Now, if we're talking about Azerbaijan, Turkey, and Armenia, it's on my radar all the time. So I was watching this just kind of get an update of what he's talking about. And right here at 19 minutes and 46 seconds into this video titled Joe Biden, Top of the Biden Crime Family Totem Pole, it's his episode 94. I'm just going to play a couple of seconds of this, and it just stood out to me. Don't tune out. Listen to this.
This is in writing. I want you to see this. It's in writing. This is dated May 13, 2017, and it lays out the remuneration package. Who's going to get paid by the Chinese communists? That's basically it. And first of all, they're going to get paid. They're going to get paid through Azerbaijan and Luxembourg. Just a little detail.
All right. So I was watching this and I heard him say that. And so what he's reading is Joe Biden or his son, they've gone into business with a Chinese communist leader, a person who represents a business but is tied to the Chinese Communist Party. And they were going in on a 50-50 deal that the Biden family would own half of the business and the Chinese Communist contact would own the other half. And there's a breakdown of percentages of who specifically. And Hunter gets this percentage, and Joe Biden's brother Jim gets a percentage, and even Joe Biden's sister-in-law, whatever her name is, Sarah Biden, gets a percentage. And then it says 10% held for the big guy, which there's testimony that that big guy refers to Joe Biden. All right. And they're getting paid. The communist money is going through where? Through Azerbaijan and Luxembourg, but he mentions Azerbaijan. And I've talked about China's dealing in the past. China has invested heavily, over $1 billion in Azerbaijan. And so Joe Biden is compromised by China and getting paid through one of China's business partners, Azerbaijan. That doesn't bode well. I'm not saying that Joe Biden, I guess I am saying Joe Biden can't be objective in this conflict between Armenia, Turkey, and Azerbaijan. But the most frightening thing, which I pointed out in the past, is this right here, that this handshake happened on April 24th. Again, if you're Armenian, you understand what that date is. And these things don't happen by accident, right? There's 365 days in the year. Sure, maybe. I think there's an outside chance it was coincidental that Xi Jinping shows up with Ilham Aliyev here and shakes hands, some business deal. We're investing in you on this most important date to Azeri's arch enemies, right? This is an important date to the enemies of Turkey and Azerbaijan. April 24th, the beginning of the Armenian genocide. Every year, again, for those who are not Armenian who are watching this, every year Armenian businesses and schools take a national holiday to commemorate the beginning of the Armenian genocide on April 24th, 1915. And here Xi Jinping shows up that day to seal a deal with a handshake on the day of his enemies' commemoration. All right. Well, here's another thing. Now, if Joe Biden does end up being president, it won't be for long. He won't live out his first term. First of all this corruption that if Biden is sworn in on January 20th, this investigations are going to continue into Joe Biden, and it won't just be the Republicans or the Trump supporters pursuing it. Joe Biden has enemies in his own party. It's in particular the progressives, the Kamala Harris side of the party, the left-leaning members of the Democrat Party will be very thrilled to have the first woman president, Kamala Harris. In fact, look at this. So if Kamala Harris becomes president, and this is something published by Asper as an Armenian newspaper in Los Angeles, and this was on December 5th, 2020, Kamala Harris hires advisors with ties to Turkey and Azerbaijan. So under a Kamala Harris presidency, these two women, in fact, this one right here, what's her name? Nancy McEldowney, is going to be Kamala Harris's national security advisor. She worked in Turkey and Azerbaijan. Here's the dates. From 2005, 2008, she was in Turkey. And from 2001 to 2004, she was in Azerbaijan. So national security advisor, you can have somebody that's involved in foreign affairs from anywhere, specializing anywhere. But these are the ones that Kamala Harris has chosen. Again, maybe this is cherry picked, but it's being brought to our attention. And you can read this article. It goes through what Joe Biden has said. He's opposed Erdogan, et cetera. And I mean, politicians say the right things at the right time, but who knows? That's the thing with Joe Biden. You don't know what he believes. He's turned his back on many of his beliefs from the past. We really don't know who's in control. Maybe these people are in control, or Kamala Harris is in control. All right, that's just my overview of what could be coming with a Joe Biden presidency. Joe Biden's compromised, and Kamala Harris has advisors from Azerbaijan and Turkey. I can't predict the future, but I can just report and let you come to your own conclusions. Now, for what I promised earlier, again, subscribe and share, pass this on. I'm just going to go over three investigative journalist that I rely upon in my spare time. When I'm driving and not recording, I'm also listening, getting updates. Now, one of them is this guy, you've already heard about him, Tim Pool, this guy on the right-hand side here. He has a couple of he's like 3 YouTube channels, and I watch 1 or 2 videos of his a day. He posts like 5 to 7 videos a day, and I watch 1 or 2 of them a day, or I listen to him. Even though there's video, I just listen. And what he does is he just reads news articles. He used to be an on-the-ground reporter. This is from an article in Sweden when he went to investigate immigration there. He's boots-on-the-ground investigative reporter who now, he said, because he gets recognized too much when he goes out, he's switched his tactics. He has people that go out on the ground, but now he just reads. He reads multiple sources. He checks those that are NewsGuard certified, trustworthy sources. And Tim Pool thinks he's like 99%. He says Biden has a 99.9% chance of being sworn in. So he's center left. His views are center left. He used to be, well, now he's considered right because he disagrees with some of the things on the left, but there's a survey you can do and it will tell you what your views are, and he's center left. I disagree with him on certain things, but like, for example, he used to be anti-Second Amendment, and now he's pro-Second Amendment. So his views have changed on certain things, but he is still considered center left. Then there's this guy. So Joshua Phillip, he's a investigative reporter, investigative journalist, and he focuses mostly on China, or he has China crime. He also focuses on technology and espionage. So this guy, Joshua Phillip, he's a reporter with the Epoch Times, and he's on the other extreme. So he's considered far right, and I'll even read a comment on a website that kind of bashes him, but I watch him once a day, and he does a 1 hour news update, and he's not 80 to 90% certain that Trump will get a second presidency, or he will have his second term. So you've got Tim Pool, who's, Biden's going to, Tim Pool covers everything, and he's anti-corruption, anti-fraud, et cetera. But he's like looking at things. Maybe he's jaded, maybe he's soured. He just knows that we have this machine in government that nobody has the willpower. A lot of judges aren't taking and listening to cases because they don't want to be attacked. They've been threatened. And so based on that, he doesn't think anything that Trump's going to do will succeed, or any of these challenges to the election will succeed. Joshua Phillip, on the other hand, is connected. I mean, he's hearing from the inside. He's got contacts, and he's really confident, like 80 to 90%. He says it over and over again, even as the clock is ticking. And so, he's not confident. Again, what are these probabilities they're giving? It's just off the top of their head from their own experience. It's not a scientific one. Even when Tim Pool says it's 99.9% chance Biden will be president, it's a feeling he's basing that on. It's similarly with Josh. He'll say, I'm 80% to 90% certain it'll be a second Trump presidency. Again, that's a feeling. So they're researching and listening to different people. And so that's why I listen to both of them. It's like, I don't know what to believe. And I know what's I feel should happen. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. All right. So there's a question on Quora, this website, Quora.com. Joshua Phillip of the heavily advertised Epoch Times purports to be an award-winning investigative reporter, but none I see are listed. Can anyone find such awards? So this lady found his awards, and he did win an award from the conservative Phyllis Schlafly Eagles, an award that was also given to Roger Stone, and then he got a second place in something. Oh, that's somebody else down here says he took second place for the best news or feature series from the New York Post Association. Well, this guy really nails Josh Phillip. Here he goes. The Epoch Times is a Chinese-backed far right-wing conspiracy theory propaganda website trying to destroy democracy in America. It spends more money on Trump ads than Trump and has even been banned from Facebook for creating fake sock puppet accounts pretending to be American but actually run from various foreign countries like Vietnam. Joshua Phillip is yet another scummy, treasonous little scumbag who deserves to spend eternity burning in hell for his putrid lies. All right, so we should rely on this guy's opinion of Josh because of that last line in particular. Oh, he's a little scumbag who deserves to spend eternity burning in hell for his putrid lies. All right, if you ever listen to Josh, it's like, this guy's is even-keeled, mild-mannered, and he just reports. And he editorializes and gives his opinion, but it's an educated opinion. And the fact that the China Times is a Chinese-backed, well, if the Epoch Times was started by Christians in China to expose their own government. So, of course, they're Chinese-backed. They're backed by ethnic Chinese who want to rescue their country from communism. All right, so enough about that. Then the other guy I listen to, I don't watch Fox News, but I do watch Fox News because I watch Tucker Carlson. He's the only guy I can really tolerate on that channel. You may think he's bombastic, but this guy is just, he's not afraid to buck the system, I guess. And I just like Tucker. He's just, he makes me laugh. So there you go. I try to watch Tucker every night. So I watch Tim Pool every day, or listen to Tim Pool every day, Josh Phillip every day, and some Tucker Carlson. Then I'll do some reading. So there, I'm exposing my bias, where I lean. I just want to be open and honest. Share, click like, subscribe, etc.